As we approach the final stretch of the primary election season, there's growing concern about the historically low voter turnout we're witnessing.
And despite the significance of these primaries, there is a real concern about that abysmal turnout. Fox 13's Alejandra Guzman has been diving into the causes of voter apathy. And Ali, I understand you've been chatting with our political analysts and local voters.
This ballot box here has been one of the busiest throughout the city, with folks from all age ranges coming and dropping off those ballots on this very last day. And that's exactly what a UW professor is actually telling us. She says that this low voter turnout is in part due to procrastination. It's that time of year. A constant flow of voters dropping off their ballot as the deadline slowly approaches. Still, not quite a high turnout for primaries, with nearly 23% of ballots returned in King County alone. Simply put, 316,881 people have voted out of the 1,384,246 registered voters.
Usually if we're having good summers, Mariners winning, what happens is that life gets sort of like put on hold for all things politics.
Historically, we know only about half will vote in the primaries. The numbers dwindle when we talk about young voters. According to the Washington Secretary of State, they only have 15.8% of ballots in for those who are 18 to 34 years old, a disturbingly low percentage. Yet political science professor Kathy Allen isn't ready to tally them up just yet.
It's just that they vote last, and only when the deadline is right in front of them.
Since 2020, we've seen a steady increase in the number of young people voting. Allen believes it's those last 24 hours before the deadline where most of the votes come from.
You got your ballot in?
Yep. It's just been a normal thing for me to do every year.
Do you?
I have not voted.
Why?
Well, I don't know how.
Elias Adams is 22. He should have been voting these last 4 years. He's heard people say, get out and vote, but he was never taught. He's never been to the polls or been talked through a ballot. Not only is voting a touchy subject, he's not sure if he has an impact.
Sometimes you feel like that vote doesn't really matter, and that's part of the reason why we're not so motivated to vote. It's because there's other people around you, and you feel like the powers and the waves of social media are way more powerful than you are.
There are so many issues that young people have a vested stake in that they should be voting. Issues that include them are very much on the ballot.
Other young adults I spoke with very much agree. They say that while voting is a right to all and these ballot boxes are pretty much accessible to everyone, there's very little to no education on how to actually vote. That's why they're encouraging folks to instill some sort of class to coincide with their early on education. Remember, that deadline to drop off your ballot is 8 p.m. In Ballard, Alejandra Guzman, Fox 13 News.